Hi, it's Wasabi, welcome back to the channel. This battle's on the Sand River map and we've got Fury from Fiddy Clan in the T42. A little bit about that tank. It's a US Tier 8 medium tank and it's got the theme of the Boys series. It's on Netflix. So it comes with the crew that are all named after the members of that series. It's got a 90mm gun. The average damage is 320, I think. A good gun dispersion and aiming time. So good gun handling, but it's a medium tank with very little armour. Only real issue with this tank apart from that is the mobility. Doesn't have a very high speed cross country, so he's getting a push there from his platoon mate in the Barask. And that's Blue Dog from Aussie Clan. So anyway, they're heading to the J1 area. It's an important part of the map to capture or to dominate. If you've got artillery, then you need to basically spot and move so that you don't get affected by the artillery. But see what tanks you encounter and change your tactics on that. So far they've spotted the Lance and C, and so far that's it in that location. But again, now they've got to find a Centurion 1. So this is a full Tier 8 game. It takes a hit from the Lanson. The Centurion 1, so the British tanks typically have got good strong turret armour, but the Centurion 1 with its turret is the weak turret, so if you can penetrate from the front, and you can see he just went straight through the mantle with that first shot. Second one seemed to have just missed. So just have a look at the gun handling here. That one went in, so taking the Centurion down to basically a two-shot. The Lance and C also has got fairly weak armour, and again can go straight through the front of the turret. So just picking his opportunities. And trying to get rid of these tanks. Again, punishing the Lance in there. So basically if they can get rid of these two tanks in this corner, then they can spot the TDs that are typically on the F1 hill and get Nardi again to try and help them. You can see there's only one heavy tank on their side and no heavy tanks on the enemy side. That's interesting. But there's quite a few tank destroyers and only one artillery, so that's a good outcome there. So just ricocheted off the top of the Lancer turret there, I think. He was only showing a very little part of it. And he's just got to pick his target. He did get two hits there, but didn't manage to get one in return. But, basically, he needs to get that Centurion, which he does. Brings that Centurion down definitely to a one-shot. He's got to sort of try and bait the shot out, but he's got Blue Dog there with him. I think Blue Dog takes out the Centurion, and with his second shot takes out the Lanson. So that's the two-shot auto-loader for the Barask playing its part there. Now, so the next step is they've basically got to try and see whether there's any other tanks there. In fact, as he goes over the hill, spots three vehicles, two TDs on the hill, and the Super Pershing a bit lower down playing in the dunes. And he's just waiting until he goes unlit and try and get an angle on the TDs. With one arty, there's going to be a fair bit of time between shots. And again, he's got the front of the Ferdinand. He managed to go through that. He's firing APCR. So that's another commentary on the T42, as it seems to work really only with the APCR rounds, mainly because of the shell velocity. The shell velocity of the standard round is quite low. So all of the reviews I've seen on that basically emphasise that point. Goes for the Scorp G there, but that shot goes wide a bit. He's up to 2k damage, so he's doing pretty well. Still got about half his health. Super Pershing got buffed recently, made it a bit more mobile. Still got very strong frontal armour with spaced armour as well. Now that won't matter for the APCR rounds, but in reality the main weak spot on the Super Pershing is still the cupolas on the top of the turret. So you've got a few targets there, Borsig and the Scorpion on the base, but he's actually looking at the object there. But he takes shots in from the Super Pershing. So that was, yeah, a bit of a mistake there, and bounces coming around from the Scorpion. That's pretty lucky for a tank with that a lot of armour. That actually probably would have taken him out. So that's fortunate for him, but he can punish that Scorpion if he stays there. But looks like the Scorpion's rolling back off the hill. Lands a shot on the Super Pershing, but doesn't penetrate. So just not quite getting the gun depression to bear on that Scorpion G. And he doesn't want to push over too far because the Super Pershing might just pop out and catch him. And he really wants to punish that Super Pershing and get artillery to get some focus on him. Looks like CS is pushing up there. No, he does manage to go through the Super Pershing there. That'll be the cupolas. Finally Artie lands something, but all it does is stun, so that's not a great help. But, he's got to keep an eye on that CS to see whether he comes down the hill there. Might get a shot at him coming out. So he's been kept lit there by the Super Pershing. You can see on the minimap that the Super Pershing's quite close, so no issue with view range there. Camo wouldn't make any difference there. There you go, some Artie coming in. Now the M43 can be a bit punishing, particularly if it lands on your engine deck. Can one-shot tanks, so you do have to be a bit careful. Fires again at the Super Pershing, and Artie again misses but stuns, and here comes the CS-52. He stops just short. He's going to show enough to be hit. Yes, he does, and Fury gets the kill. So that's first kill to Fury. Blue Dog's got two. Those were the two he's sitting right next to at the moment. And now they're one tank up. Very even on hit points, so this game is still on the balance. And the Artie just misses. Takes him down to one shot. So change direction. No, is he just trying to confuse the Super Pershing? Gets spotted again, but looks like Blue Dog is trying to push up. Finally the Artie actually does some damage to the Super Pershing. And that Ferdinand is lit, but can he take advantage of it? Not really. Doesn't really make any difference though, because the Progetto takes out the Ferdinand. So they're now starting to take control of this game. They've got 3 tank advantage and almost double the hit points available to them. Most of them are not Furies though, but now he's making the push here, come in and get close to the Super Pershing, and you can see just turn around there to tag the Scorpion G that came up to ask for help. Goes for the front plate there, but that doesn't go through. But he's keeping him lit. Scorpion does this job. Takes a big hit on him, that takes him down to one shot. And can he get in and take a side shot? Yes, he can. That goes through and takes out the Super Pershing. So getting close to 3k of damage. There's still Scorp G, Borsig and a G-Saw. Borsig is right there. Although he's lit, which way is he looking at? We're looking the other way. So he managed to get a hit on the Borsig and some spotting damage. And where's the Scorp? Okay, the Scorpion's there. He's just down there on the ramp. G-Saw's gone down, so it's only the Scorpion G left. Oh, there was a shot just there, but not for long enough. And he's just showing enough off the top of the turret, but gets taken out by the other Brask on the team, and that is the game. So let's go and have a look at the results. So that was an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge there for Fury. That was achieved by getting 3,301 direct damage and 1926 of assisted damage, which was actually a little bit more than was shown in the game. He got 2 kills with that as well. That gave him base experience of 1371 and assisted by the 2 Barasks, which basically made the biggest contributions to the game there. And on the enemy side, the CS52 that he killed at the end must have got a fair bit of assisted damage there with that damage total. So let's have a look at the detail. 26 shots fired, 18 direct hits and 13 penetrations. A lot of that was the fight against the Super Pershing, where a lot of snapshots that missed, and the frontal armor, which defeated some of the penetrations. Thanks to some battle payments and mission payments, he made enough profit to cover his use of consumables and premium ammunition. But anyway, another good game there from Fury. Thanks, mate, for that.